Hello, hello. We are back talking about what food is, what food isn't, and how to gain the knowledge that we need to use food to our benefit and to thrive. So, where we are is we are talking about how to outsmart big food, fast food, and junk food. And in the last lesson, we talked about big food and how big food has pros and cons, and how we can navigate the world of big food by knowing what is in the packaged foods that we buy at the grocery store, how big food is made, what the purpose of it is, and how to really understand it. Next, we're going to talk about fast food. Now, we all kind of know what fast food is. There's just a few things that I wanted to go over in this lesson. So, like I said, we've talked about what big food is. We're going to talk about what fast food is. In the next lesson, we'll talk about what junk food is generally. So, with fast food, we all know generally what fast food is. It basically is food that is quick and easy. You're out running errands, and your kids are hungry, and you're hungry, and you need to just pick something up. There's so many choices these days. It wasn't always that way. It's Fast food is usually defined by a drive-through where you can just stay in your car and drive to a restaurant, order your food, receive it within a few minutes, and be on your way. Uh, if you go into the restaurants, there's usually a counter with a menu, and you can order there and again receive your food very quickly. Um, the the thing about fast food is that it's in every restaurant all over the country, all over the world. It's relatively the same in each different restaurant. So you can have, say, a McDonald's in Los Angeles, and you're going to get the same type of food at a McDonald's, say, in New York or Atlanta or Missouri or anywhere else you are. Most of these restaurants are franchised, and franchised means that each individual restaurant is owned by a different owner, but they're all under the umbrella of the parent company. And so all of the marketing is the same, all of the advertising is the same. And most of the food and the food quality will remain the same throughout all the different restaurants. Um, in America, our typical fast food meal is burger, fries, and a Coke, right? Burger, fries, and a drink. Um, and that's how it's been for a long time until the last few decades, when there have been rise in all kinds of different fast food that is out there. So going back to how it all started, it really all started in the United States with McDonald's. Everyone knows McDonald's. McDonald's started in 1937, and it really revolutionized the world of fast food. Prior to that, most people cooked at home. Um, Kids learned how to cook from their parents, and they knew where their ingredients came from. And that all changed in about 1937 with the advent of McDonald's. And McDonald's changed many different industries. For example, not only did they change how people got their food, usually from home, now you could go to a restaurant and real quickly get a whole meal. But it also changed the food industry in general, because now there was this demand for meat. And what we learned in the last lesson was how food is mass produced, and the rise of fast food really changed how food is produced in this country and around the world. Prior to 1937, if you were going to eat beef, you would go to your local rancher and get your beef that way. After 1937, as the popularity of McDonald's really skyrocketed, there was a demand for meat for the burgers. And so so Big Food met that demand by creating huge ranches that had big feedlots, hundreds and thousands of cows, to meet the demand for the meat that was necessary for McDonald's. So that really transformed Big Food as well. from 1937 on, there weren't a ton of choices, but as we get to where we are now, there's a lot of different choices for fast food. So I know fast food gets a bad rap, but I want you to learn in this lesson that there are choices that you can make that are healthier for you and that can really meet that need for a quick meal, but they don't have to be unhealthy. Fast food traditionally is kind of defined by being, high in sugar, high in fat, high in sodium and salt, and high in sugar. These foods need to be made in mass, so they need to be made to be able to feed many, many people quickly. And in that process, sometimes the quality of the food is lessened, is diminished. Sometimes the quality goes down in order to make as much as is needed to meet the demand of these fast food restaurants. Um, so, what I wanted to go over here, though, is I want you to understand that now there have been so many more restaurants that have come about and that offer you choices that you can make depending on your health goals and how you want to eat. So, here in this picture, I want you to see, you know, this top picture is your burgers, your fries, and kind of what how fast food started, and the pictures on the bottom really show you how fast food has developed from 1937 till now. Now you can get fresh salads at a drive-through window. You can get wraps, which are also burritos, right? You can do anything with a wrap. It can be healthy, not as healthy. You can make all different choices of what's inside of your wrap. There's sushi restaurants. Some of the restaurants that I wanted to note. I have a niece that works at a drive-through salad bar. So it's called Salad and Go. You drive up, you can get pre made salads. They're absolutely delicious. And it's a choice that you can make when you're out on the run, on the go, and you really need something quick. There's also sushi bars that you can get sushi, fresh fish, all kinds of things like that. Um, Restaurants like Sansei and many others around the country. Here in Los Angeles, we have a lot of those. You can walk into the grocery store, for example, and get a fresh tray of sushi. Another choice that you can make when you're out and about and need fast food. There's burrito bars like Chipotle, where you can build your own burrito and you can make it as healthy as you want. You can put any of the ingredients in your burrito that you want. There's Mediterranean restaurants like Chicken Maison, where you can get roasted chicken, vegetables, sides, rice, all kinds of different things. Um, there's there's a restaurant here in Los Angeles where you can go to the counter and order fresh steamed fish with a special sauce, whatever side you want. It can be steamed veggies, it can be French fries, it can be a baked potato, it can be anything, and you can just take that to go. So, what I want you to see here in this lesson is that fast food doesn't always have to be unhealthy. It can be healthy as well. It just depends on you and the choices you make. And one of the big themes here at Sizzle Kids, and what I really want you to understand, is that knowledge is power. So when you're choosing what you eat, which is 100% in your power, you I want you to know everything that you're eating. So, you know, I eat all the different fast foods, but I know what's in them and I know what I'm eating and I'm making a choice to eat that at a certain time. I love McDonald's cheeseburgers. Every now and then I'll have a McDonald's cheeseburger. So this isn't to take away any choices. This is to actually add to your choices. And I want you to understand that you have a lot of choices to make when you're talking about your own body and your own food and your own nutrition and where you want to spend your money when you're out and about and you need to buy a quick meal. In these bottom pictures here, you can see this is what a burrito bowl would look like. It has rice, chicken, vegetables, all kinds of different things. Here you have a wrap as well, basically a chicken salad in a tortilla. Lots of different choices. Lots of different choices here. So, what I want you to understand is the difference between fast food, which be characterized with less nutrition, more fat, more salt, preservatives, fillers, all of these ingredients that are necessary to mass produce these types of food, and that will keep them stable enough to ship all over the world, all over the country, and have them still be able to be cooked and then offered to you. In the bottom pictures, these tend to be a little more fresh, cooked on site. Um, there's a difference between fast food and takeout food. A lot of times you need a quick meal, but you want it to be healthy. You can choose a takeout meal instead of a fast food meal, or you can just go with your regular fast food, and that's fine as well. I just want you to know what you're doing and know what you're choosing, and make a conscious choice as to what you're going to eat, and not be confused by all of the different offerings that are out there. In this next slide, I wanted to just show you some of the well-known fast food restaurants here in America, and some of the offerings at each of them. So here in the top, you have Jack in the Box, and you get your traditional burgers, your fries. They have curly fries, they have chicken sandwiches, all that kind of food. Of course, McDonald's. Everybody is probably pretty familiar with McDonald's burgers, fries, chicken nuggets, drinks. There's also Chick fil A, which has become very popular over the last decade or so, and they offer chicken, all kinds of different chicken sandwiches, chicken salads, chicken nuggets. They offer also grilled chicken in addition to fried chicken. You really have choices everywhere. I mentioned before Chipotle. There's a burrito bar. You can go through, you can pick your vegetables, you can pick your beans, your rice, your guacamole, the type of meat that you want. They have, I think, 5 different kinds of meat now: chicken, pork, beef, all the different things. And you can really uh, make your meal as healthy or and as delicious as you want to. Flame broiler is one that we have here, which is basically rice bowls. You can add meat, you can add vegetables. I always ask for extra vegetables for my kids. They don't like as many vegetables yet, so we do a little extra meat, teriyaki sauce, real nice. And then there's the sushi bars that I mentioned before as well, that are relatively healthy as well. So from 1937, when McDonald's came on the scene, till now, there's been a big change in fast food and takeout food. And really, if you're out and about or you just need a fast meal, there's lots and lots of different choices now. Um, what what I really want you to get from this lesson is that the key to outsmarting fast food is knowing what's in it, knowing where it comes from, and just that knowledge is the power that you need to take control of your body and what you're going to eat and how you're going to feel. And I loved this graphic because it shows, 2 bodies, one filled with fruits and vegetables and grains, and I don't think there's any protein in there, but that's a given. Protein is very healthy for you. And the other one is, filled with soda and donuts and sugar and candy. And, one of the experiments that I did with my kids one day was I fed them all sugar for a half a day, and asked them how they felt, and they didn't feel that great. On another day, I fed them all kinds of healthy fruits and vegetables and whole grains, and they didn't love it as much at first, but they did notice that they felt better and less tired and less sluggish. So that's an experiment you can do with your kids. But when you're going over fast food, I want you to just understand that you have choices at this point and these days, and to know what you're getting and know what you're buying. One interesting statistic that I wanted to share with you is that kids in America get 14, almost 14% of their calories every day from fast food. Now, that's an average across the board, all kids, but 14% of a kid's calories for one day is coming from fast food. So you want to make those 14%, as healthy as you can possibly make them, and teach your kids that they have choices. And while it's really fun to eat a donut, every now and then, that's not going to be a food that sustains you and makes you healthy and feel great. So that's fast food for you. Just a little lesson on that. Where we are again is outsmart big food, fast food, and junk food. And we've gone over big food now, we've gone over fast food. And in the next lesson, we're going to just go over generally junk food. Kids have heard, their whole lives, oh, don't eat that, it's junk food. And I really want kids to understand what junk food means and what that means. It doesn't mean that they can't have it. It just means that they should know what's in it and make a good choice for themselves and make a choice that they want to make. If you want to know more about fast food, big food, junk food, any of there's individual lessons on my website at sizzlekids.com that you can go to and show your kids more pictures, really explain these concepts to them. In this lesson, in the lesson on fast food on my website, there's a great YouTube video that I've attached there. It's this young girl named Grace Price, and she did a 23-minute documentary on called Cancer, a Foodborne Illness. And she talks all about how food works in the body and how you can really define your health and how you feel by what you eat. It talks about sickness based on food. It talks about food as medicine. It's a really good way to get your kids interested and involved in making their own choices about their own food. So check that out on the website. I'll see you in the next lesson. We're going to go over real quick what junk food actually means. All right, we'll see you there.